What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm looking at a game called XIII. Just kidding. It's called 13. 13 is a 2022 PS5 remake of a 2020 PS4 remake of a 2003 PS2 game based on a 1984 graphic novel. Confused yet? This is one of those games that sold poorly upon release, but has since gained a cult following. Believe it or not, it was developed and published by Ubisoft, at least originally. The overall story is that you play as a guy who suffers from amnesia. He wakes up on a beach in New York, can't remember anything. This group is trying to take him down. He gets blamed for assassinating the President of the United States. You're basically on the run until you're proved innocent. And it's essentially a spy thriller first-person shooter. I remember renting 13 way back in the day, but it was on GameCube or PS2, can't really remember exactly which one. But it was a pretty fun little game. It has sort of a James Bond action movie vibe to it. The PS2 version currently holds a 73 on Metacritic, which isn't too bad. I enjoyed it back then, so when I heard it was getting remade in 2020, I was pretty excited, especially since I never got really far in it. Once it came out for PS4, I gave it a go, and to my surprise, it was an absolute disaster. The performance sucked, and the gameplay was janky. Lots of bugs, too. And now it is regarded as one of the worst remakes in recent memory. The remake holds a shockingly low 39 on Metacritic. Now, here in 2022, I heard that the remake was getting remade again. I didn't have too much excitement because the previous remake left such a sour taste in my mouth. Nonetheless, here I am, playing it again for the third time on a third different console. And the Metacritic score for the new version is not available, because as of this recording, there are no critic or user scores. This game has been fixed in many different ways. Now we get an improved frame rate, online multiplayer, a reworked heads-up display, refined art style, better AI, and improved sound design. Now, as I played through this game, I did notice these improvements. This is what it should have been like in 2020. Yes, it took 2 more years, but we finally get a competent remake of 13. The game still shows its age when it comes to gameplay mechanics like shooting, moving around the environment, and so on, but that's to be expected because of its age. If you want the easiest and maybe the most affordable way to experience 13, this is your chance. I had a pretty good time experiencing the story. It's not particularly deep or engrossing, but it's cool for what it is. It's just different from most games in the genre, even more so back in 2003. Now, I have played both the PS4 and PS5 versions. I decided to play through the PS4 version mostly this time. There is something I want to make clear though. If you still have your PS4 disc or even the PS4 digital copy, it's just an update, so that's the cheapest route to go. They did release a proper PS5 version on disc and digitally, but spending that much extra money is a waste in my opinion. I didn't notice enough to warrant the big price difference. The PS4 version is around $15, while the PS5 version comes in at around $40. I like the trophy list for this game as it has a good blend of various tasks to complete. It feels diverse and fleshed out. The most frustrating one will easily be beating the game on the highest difficulty. I played a couple levels on it and grew frustrated very quickly. The enemies seem to be way smarter and faster, and they hardly ever miss. So go ahead and torture yourself if that's what you'd like. I'm sure I will one day. 13 is worth the play here in 2022, just don't expect to be blown away. What you can expect is a unique cel-shaded FPS with some spy thriller elements. It's still fairly simplistic and even generic at times. The enemies still aren't very smart or fun to fight against. The mechanics do feel a bit dated and the shooting isn't always precise. But it's just different enough to warrant some of your time. Speaking of time, it will take you around 10 hours to complete, and you traverse several different environments, which keeps things feeling fresh. So my closing thought on the game is to give it a play. And guys, as usual, if you are enjoying my content, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell for future videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one.